as you look at what's happened here the previous months here in the U.S., what are your thoughts on the COVID-19 crisis and the U.S. response to it?
Well,
the
it's
response, the president's response, all the different things.
I think it's obvious we were ill prepared for it completely, and no one responded to it in a timely fashion because we now are the epicenter. We're supposed to be leader of the world. Why would we, as leader of the world, get hit the hardest? Didn't start here. You know, so obviously we were so ill prepared. We're so focused on fighting wars in the Middle East and wars for oil and wars for all that, that we have blinders on when it comes to the true seriousness of this. And they ignored it. They ignored it till it, you know, and then we got this stuff, well, it'll disappear, it'll be like a miracle. It'll come and it'll go, and everything will be fine. And this and that, and now it's the old lay blame. Now it isn't about facing the pandemic and working with other nations to stop the pandemic. Now it's about, seems, blaming China for it, and that China did something illegal, and that I guess we should get our debt forgiven or something with them as a payoff. I'm not sure where they're going with that.
As a former governor, what are your thoughts on how the various states have responded, and is there anything that you would have done differently as a governor?
I will say this, I think Governor Walz, and he's my governor, is doing a fine job. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to try to sit here and undercut and add my little 10 cents worth. I'll just state that I believe Governor Walz is doing a good job for a very, very difficult situation that I certainly wouldn't want. You know, I wouldn't want to be sitting in the governor's chair right now. You know, I was there for one of these. It was called 9/11. And as the leader of a state or the leader of anything, it's not a fun place to be when things like this happen, because there's no decision you're going to make that's going to please everybody.
What are your thoughts on going forward here, the timeline and the process of reopening the economy? What would your...
I think, in my opinion, it's very simple. They must move with extreme caution. Because if we don't move with caution and this thing rebounds back as big or stronger than what it was, what happens then? What happens then? I think you've got to deal with this. You don't stop the football game till the final gun goes off. Yeah, and at halftime, because you're winning, you don't start ignoring the second half. If you want to put it into a football context, just because you're leading at halftime, there's still a second half to play. And I think the San Francisco 49ers will testify to that from very recent Super Bowl. I think they'll testify that the second half's pretty important.
Yeah.
And so looking at it, and I don't mean to laugh at any type of situation that we're in, but looking at it like that, we have to be very, very careful moving forward. Very, very careful, so that we don't ignite this thing and get it back to the, you know, we're not even over the hump in most states.